Wait, do you ever get disappointed when you're showing someone something for the first time and you really want them to get it? And
No,
they
not
don't?
at all. I think
Yes.
Oh.
Matt knew exactly where I was
Absolutely.
going with that question.
I'm clearly an Eeyore.
I'm probably Rue.
I'm a Christopher Robin with a Pooh Rising.
And then I get in a canoe and I'm like, Claire's don't like canoes.
No, they don't.
I'm afraid of this lake.
That's exactly what it was.
Ow.
It was a beautiful moment in our friendship. I was
literally in the middle of getting hers up and down the
Pathetic.
stairs. Ow. I was like, I'm trying to get my hair done. I'm like, God.
I don't think that's an accurate representation of my owl.
Well, you were in such pain you couldn't see clearly. So,
Trauma.
Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. I'm Matt Young. I'm a theater educator and a parent. And ever since I lost my father to cancer, I have been mildly obsessed with death. This is my last will and testament. Voltaire once said, "Judge a man by his questions rather than his answers." We are back from the holidays, and what better way to celebrate a new year than asking the right questions? We didn't want to do resolutions. We just wanted to ask ourselves some deep, deep questions and try to answer them with honesty, humor, and vulnerability. The Last Will podcast way. Welcome back. Enjoy the episode.
We are now. I just pushed record, otherwise we'd never start. Hey,
things I'm not now.
Claire's got a heart out. Did really? You were going to say private things and I ruined it? Oh my goodness.
I have my edible wand here.
You can, because you think you can eat it.
Well, here's
beautiful.
the problem about 2024.
Lay it
We're
on
not
us.
even there
We're,
yet.
we're starting.
We're almost there. I can't do the donut thing anymore as frequently as I would like to.
Why?
I have a sugar problem. I have
Do
an
you
eating
really?
problem.
I need a sugar problem.
I eat so much sugar. Yesterday, I forgot to eat lunch because all I ate was cookies. Somebody brought us cookies at work, and I had like a pre-lunch, and then I ate the cookies. I had one cookie. Then all of a sudden, I had 6 cookies. And
It is a cookie, so in your defense, cookies are delicious.
yeah, especially like when people bring us like those Italian cookies.
Do you?
And they're like
Oh,
ones.
Lord, the butter things, the finger cookies.
They're all like almond flavored.
Aren't they in the blue tin, the Danish cookies?
No, I think
This
those
was
are
from-
different. They're
this
usually
was-
wrapped in cellophane.
And if you
This
get
was
one that has like the raisin dip on it or some kind of like
What?
fruit cake dip on it.
No,
The
I
s-
think you're talking about disgusting cookies for some reason. I think Claire's talking about delicious cookies.
These were so good. They were like small and soft enough that you could just shove them in your mouth.
Like little Italian Christmas cookies where they're like dipped in chocolate. Half of them, they look like little like
yeah.
He's got a little
sandwiches.
got a little like
Yeah.
jam or jelly
And where
in
you
there.
take one out and there's 2 attached together, so you have to eat
Do you
both.
do this where you like take 2 dainty bites? You just put the whole thing in your mouth. And eat it?
I take like 3 dainty bites.
and then it's like 1, 2, 3.
I
then
don't
the
I
whole
don't
thing.
finish eating before I've shoved the rest in my mouth. You know, I'm like
Yeah.
still chewing it
Yeah.
and then I keep
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
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 I'm like a fast eater.
Delicious. You
So-
look great.
Thank you. I don't feel great. Like if you put this, you know, the doctor just missed that part of my physical this year where she was like, "You're heavier than last year." She didn't say anything about that, and I
Did
know
she
I am.
pause? Did she
No.
pause?
No,
Before
I
she
just
said that,
know.
And you're heavier than last year. Was
She
it
didn't
that?
say. She didn't say anything about
You're
it.
heavier than last
I
year.
just know. I just know that when I know like last year I was one weight and this year I'm another weight. I just know what it is, and she didn't bring it up. Although earlier this year when I asked her for Paxlovid, the COVID drug, when I got sick, and she said no, only certain people are taking that, and I was like, well, that doesn't sound right. Literally
It's
everyone
an
I know
age
is
bracket
taking.
thing. I feel like
It's not anymore. Anyone can have it. And she just didn't get her stats updated. So she calls me back like 20 minutes later and she said, well, your BMI is 127, so I'm going to prescribe it to you.
They're only giving it to fat people. Oh, I'm so sorry, Claire. I'm so sorry.
And I was like,
You qualify.
"Did
You
just call me
qualify.
fat?"
You qualify. You
You're-
qualify for COVID
I
drugs
don't like the
because of
BMI
your
thing.
obesity.
I don't
Oh,
like the BMI thing.
No, it was such an excuse for her just to
There's a
like
reason it says
go
BM in the
back on
beginning
her
of it.
mistake.
yeah, yeah.
Also, I went to a restaurant the other day. I can't say which one it is.
Well,
Was it a chain
When
restaurant?
you're
Yeah.
there, are you family?
What?
When you're there, are you family?
No.
Was there unlimited breadsticks? is
No,
really
that's
what he's
No.
asking.
Now,
No.
was there cheesy bread and some claws?
Are you love?
Oh, you know,
Are you loving it?
I love busting Claire up in the morning. Under the sea.
He's click
Did
clacking
you-
with the claws. He's a little crab over there.
She like cute animal movements with sound. Were you at somewhere where a bee might fly into a piece of fruit?
No.
Where can
That
you
was
have
not
it?
apple
Can you have it your way?
No.
Is it finger licking good?
Am I loving it?
No.
I said that one. And she
It was
wasn't
not
listening, though.
McDonald's. I just no. I'll tell you guys off air.
Was it a factory
Okay,
that
okay.
produces?
We'll go off air for a
Okay.
second.
Yes.
Click.
Okay.
No, tell us.
Oh.
Anyway, they say
Panda
they
Express.
tell you when you're ordering. They say our portions are very large, so make sure
Cheesecake Factory.
sharing
That's what I
sharing
said. I said, is it a
is
factory
good
that
idea.
makes-
It's not the Cheesecake Factory. So, but they tell you right off the bat, and I'm like, why? First of all, why do you knowingly share big portions with
I know where
people?
you were.
We have a problem
I know where you were.
in this country with overeating and supply. Everything's expensive.
Everything's fucking so expensive. It's ridiculous.
Like, why are you encouraging people eat more when also, what about the people who can't afford to eat? I don't know. I just had a huge problem
you're
with that.
I know
asking
where
a
you
big
were.
corporation to answer moral questions.
Yes.
This company has always made big portions. Pickle. So, thank you.
So wait, was that the
I didn't-
story?
I didn't even. Yeah, I mean, we
It was
just
about
went off
portions.
track
And
several
and the portions
times.
are like,
Yeah,
I'm like-
it took me 3 days to
I'm
eat
like,
what I ordered.
did you wheel that out, or did you just get on your knees and carry it out to
I-
the table?
I
one
carried
bite
it.
by
Someone wheel
one.
you out.
That's
I
not
ate
funny.
probably 1/3 of it and then put it in a box, and it was like 60 pounds carrying it out.
So it's like exercise, getting
If
it
you
out
go
of the
there at
restaurant.
entree, you should split with 2 people.
But who
Or-
wants to eat the same thing?
A lot of people. A lot of people's
I don't.
diet is very, very,
I didn't want
very
to
limited.
eat the same thing that the person I
I
was eating
think
with
the
was.
most important question, and I think the audience is really going to be with me on this. Their takeout containers, were they superior? Because
No.
they should have been superior.
Beyond
knowing,
superior and
Yeah.
microwavably safe.
yeah, were they?
Not superior. I don't think they were. I didn't use a microwave when I reheated them. Because I just used a bowl because I had to split it up over 3 days, so I didn't
Do they give you the
it.
trough?
How
Can you take
dare
it
they.
with you, or do you have to leave the trough there? At the
No, I
restaurant?
think
You can take
it
it
latches
with you.
around the neck or something. You hook it onto your ears,
I fell
So you
into
can
mine. Oh, that's nice.
right?
That hurts, actually.
It was just some flimsy cardboard.
Oh, how
Yeah.
dare they? How dare they?
Probably recyclable, which I'll give them that.
Oh.
I mean, probably reusable material.
one serving of mashed potatoes there has 14 potatoes in it.
You're getting your money's worth.
You
Do they
really-
charge more?
I
It's
didn't pay
The
actually
prices? I don't.
I
Greg
paid
knows the restaurant. I
$40.
don't know what the
prices aren't
restaurant
bad.
is.
It is a chain restaurant, but kind of. I mean, there's a couple in the city, and there's now one here.
Actually, I paid $40 for my lunch and an appetizer.
And that,
we didn't have any drinks either.
Oh,
That's kind of a lot.
that is too
40
much.
for lunch and for meal
So
and
that's like-
appetizer.
And
$10
the
for
appetizers
appetizer and
were not big enough.
30
God,
for lunch.
I don't understand appetizers. I don't know why people are all into them. I don't.
I love appetizers.
And for
I
the
love
table,
appetizers
no,
too.
I'm
How
gonna
dare
stop
you?
you.
No, you can't.
I don't for
You
the
can't.
no, and everybody puts their hands in, and I don't want it.
Sometimes I sneeze
oh,
on
we're
them.
gonna get this for the table. I didn't say anything, and I'm not paying for that, John.
Well, you don't have to pay for it. I'm
but
getting
John's
it for
also the one's like, let's split the bill. Oh yeah, with your 4 Grey Goose and sodas. Yeah,
no,
I'd love to
I'm
split
not
the
I'm
bill,
not a bill
John.
splitter. I put a kibosh on that.
I bet you were dead. Claire's like, I owe $11.71
Yeah,
and
I
not
do.
a penny more.
Yeah.
And that's including tip. And I will walk out and validate myself and drive away.
Yes, I will.
And my-
Especially
and my
when
car.
I'm in a group of people drinking. The only time I won't say anything
Separate checks,
is,
separate
if,
checks.
is if it's a bachelorette party
And you
and
oh.
everything's for the girl. But it's because it's for her. But I haven't been in some wildy bachelorette experiences
where they're just
lately.
ordering 40 appetizers and then going to the strip club
Yeah,
and
no,
everyone
no
has
one. I
dysentery.
haven't been in that position lately. Thankfully, I've been with very lovely, mild people.
I want more wings. I'm getting married.
But yeah,
Are
okay,
they
go, you
boneless?
go, girl.
Because they're not at home,
Yeah.
right?
And then I'll.
I split it. I split it, and
Yeah.
you know,
Lobster is here.
usually the people that I'm around have drinks and stuff like that.
Ugh.
I don't care. I just split it. It's just easiest. Split it.
Well, you know what? When you stop drinking and everyone around you keeps drinking and you purposely don't drink so that you can have a smaller bill,
yeah.
then you're going to care.
See, that's the only thing that I don't do, is I don't do it to have a smaller bill. I just don't drink.
I did
So,
that once to
I've
not have a
always
smaller
kind of been
bill.
that.
Yeah, I did that once to have a smaller bill, and that was the only time I ever made a stink about it.
I do like a separate bill, though.
I do too.
I mean,
Everybody
I feel,
should have a separate bill.
b-
Everybody.
because it's on the computer now for most
Yeah.
restaurants, and I could be very, very ignorant about this, but it should be easier.
You're talking about a POS, which is a point of sale.
They
Yes,
should be.
point
They
of
should be
sale.
asking you automatically when you go to a restaurant. Are you taking separate checks in
They
the
should
beginning?
they should look at the group of people at the table.
They should know what's
Gauge
going
the
on.
relationships and go, oh, these people don't have any chemistry.
Do you want
These
a-
are separate checks.
You want a
This is a
separate
table
check?
of 4 separate checks.
At what age do you think you were your best version of yourself? Those are the 2 questions any good waitress should ask.
Wait, that was on our that was
No,
on our
he's-
list.
He's migrating.
I was like, wait a minute, that's
Oh.
a great question.
We haven't introduced ourselves. Welcome.
I'm Matt.
We haven't been. We haven't been together in
I'm
weeks. And
Grady.
we haven't posted a podcast in weeks, and we've been through the holidays, and so now we're back. This
And
is
it's
the
been
first time we've
really
been back
hard.
in a while.
It's been really hard not seeing each other.
Yes, it
Yeah,
actually has been, hasn't it?
Yes.
I don't like
I didn't think it would be
having
that-
a Sunday morning where we don't sit and chat about stuff.
Yeah, I need to talk about the week that just happened.
Yes, we need to get it out. Welcome to the Last Will podcast, people.
Thank you. Claire's wearing the week she just had.
Mm-hmm. I got a nice present for Christmas, and I'm wearing
And you
it.
deserved it because you worked your ass off.
Thank you.
And it is worth $40,000, right?
Oh my God! Edit that. That's not okay.
Oh.
Is it 40?
I don't know. It was a gift.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding. See, you're testing it.
Someone's a learner.
They're CZs.
Uh,
That's cubic zirconia for those at home.
So today is December 31st. This won't come out on 31st. This will come out next year. This will come out next year for
Could we make
sure.
predictions for this year and let it come out next year and see if we were right and never listen to it. It's a time capsule episode.
Predictions for what? Like what?
Like your BMI is coming down.
Oh, thank you. I love that for me.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks.
Congratulations. I'd like
Next
my
year, you're
sugar to
gonna
come
be like,
down.
Well, I'm 390. I'm. This
Oh my
is that. This is.
Oh my
not
God!
that-
It went I went really the wrong
that
way, Claire. I'm
restaurant
sorry.
with the portions, I started going back, and then I got hooked, and then
And then I wasn't taking home food. I was eating it all in the restaurant.
Well, actually, I did feel my stomach grow last year. Like there were some growing pains in my stomach. Like for Thanksgiving, I had pain in my stomach because I couldn't fit any more food in there. And now I don't get stomach pain anymore.
So
now
you-
I just
you-
keep eating.
You stretched it out.
I stretched it.
Wow.
Yep.
Congratulations. Well, I think my stomach's been shrinking because I cannot eat what I used to eat, but yet my brain wants me to continue to eat. My brain wants me to clean the plate, and yet I get a third of the way through, and I'm like, I'm done. And then it's like, no,
Yeah.
there's 4 more pieces of sushi. Hump, hump,
Well,
hump.
at least it's sushi.
Sushi's
Thank
a little
God.
different. That's a little. Just a
Not
little,
when you order 4 rolls.
Okay, well, you have to order
what
less.
rolls are they? Are they
Less?
like?
You have to order less. You got to
Okay,
don't
okay.
don't have food panic. I have food FOMO where like I order more food because I'm afraid I'm
Yeah.
gonna need it.
I order
Yeah.
less because I
Don't need 2 hamburgers, right?
No, you just get the one and
Don't
then
need
you drive
hamburgers
away.
and nuggets, right?
Drive away.
Exactly.
My playbook, I generally order off the sides list. I do not usually order entrees. I'll get like
Mm-hmm.
2 sides.
Were we recording when Grady said he doesn't like appetizers? He doesn't understand
Yeah,
appetizers?
that was only like 45
Oh.
seconds ago.
Yeah,
Was
but-
it 45 seconds ago?
Just
Yeah.
the thing. You know, we'll have this for the table. No, hold on. I don't want this for the table. I'm not sticking my hands.
You
in
just
this.
don't want to be sharing with people you don't,
I
know.
don't need. I don't want the. I don't want to. I don't want it.
You don't want to share.
But
You are
order
not a
sides.
sharer.
That's not. Fuck you.
But you like sides.
Size? I mean,
Sides.
I guess size matter.
Sides.
Hurtful.
Hurtful.
You know. I love sides. Yes, I love sides.
I actually do get a little anxiety when I eat with other
Like
people.
the best breakfast you can have is crispy bacon, well done, and a glass of champagne. Not sparkling wine. Not sparkling
Bacon and
wine.
champagne is the is the
Bacon,
breakfast.
champagne, and a
That's a
biscuit.
the
brunch.
best breakfast.
Bacon,
I
champagne.
could dip
and
it
a
in
biscuit.
hollandaise sauce, maybe.
It's very French. No sauce. No
Oh, okay,
sauces.
I'm sorry.
No sauces.
A béarnaise, no?
No condiments. No. Ew. No.
Just bacon?
and champagne.
No
Crispy
crabs?
Bacon and champagne. Cross your legs and be quiet.
Okay, if I don't drink champagne, can I have seltzer water?
Yes, of course you can. It just will taste
You just need bubbles.
nasty.
You just need bubbles. Claire, you were saying something before Grady said bacon and champagne. And like,
Oh God.
you get uncomfortable.
Oh,
Eating
I
around
have
people.
I have
Champagne.
food anxiety. Yeah, I can eat more when I'm alone, and but when I'm with people, it's a thing that's
Are
stemmed
you aware
back.
of it when you're around people, or is it
No,
not
I
till
don't.
you get
I
home?
think it's a social anxiety thing. I honestly I can't explain it, but like unless I'm absolutely starving, which I'm usually not. If
You're
I'm
not
going
going to
out
eat like
to
a
dinner.
ribeye in front of 10 people and just be quiet.
No,
for
I
30
I
minutes.
tend to eat less when I'm with other people because I just get like my anxiety gives me a little bit of a stoppage.
So you said you ate 6 cookies in a row. Now, had you called me after the first cookie, would you have continued to eat the cookies?
That's what you need to do. You need to call Grady to
FaceTime
come
me.
to stand with you.
No, because as
You
soon
would
as
eat in
Then
front
it'd
of
be more of
Grady.
a dainty bite. Ooh, oh, that's too rich for me. And you'll just,
I don't know if it applies to cookies.
or FaceTime. Oh, so cookies are their own. You're not
I
counting
don't know.
cookies.
It's interesting. It's
Because you
actually,
can pop them in. You can
but
just
maybe
pop 'em in.
I mean it could also be too like I'm expelling so much energy when I'm with people that like I don't feel hungry.
I definitely feel shame, so I will eat less around people for sure, and then certainly binge when I get home. You know, I have been eating. My holidays have been pancakes and cereal. That's exactly the comfort
You
food
tell
that
us.
I have been looking.
And I think it's
for.
adorable, but
I just can't help it. I have had way too much milk.
well,
So
that's
much dairy.
Ser-
God.
that
But I
milk
can't
is
help it.
bad.
Dairy.
Milk-
Dairy.
We have so much whole milk in my refrigerator.
Y'all
You can't
we'll
put
come
anything
down
else
south
in there.
and you'll eat really fresh, fun,
I don't need
fat-free
milk.
food. Well,
Fat-free food in the South?
I'm joking.
Okay, good.
I've eaten
Tell your
shit
face.
for the past, I don't know how long. Good food, yes, but I mean healthy, no. No.
Country fried.
Country fried, yes,
Yeah.
but also the best thing down there is country ham.
Yes.
It's
Well,
different than up here. Ham up here is nasty
Wait,
That's nasty.
why
Country-
is it better down there?
because it's cured and salted.
Because they know the name of the pig.
It's
No?
like
nothing?
I ate-
Nothing? All right.
No, I was about to say no. I ate Don.
I just get sad.
I ate
Wilbur, Arnold.
Wilbur. I had a bite
Blitzen.
of, but somebody else had gotten to him before. Jimmy was delicious.
Babe. That tender,
You know,
tender baby.
That
pig.
tender rump. Babe had such
I
yeah.
can't.
Just-
I can't.
You not even want to joke about
I
it?
can't. It makes me so
Throw a
sad.
little honey mustard on Babe.
Who was it that sent? Did you send the Instagram thing about the cow therapy?
No, I think it was Matt.
Yeah, cow therapy.
Yeah, the hugging of the cows.
Yeah, before you eat them.
Oh, I didn't realize
I
what
didn't
that
watch
was.
the whole video.
I didn't
just-
either.
I just saw them hugging.
I just saw it.
Yeah, hugging
this
cows,
lovely?
and then you kill them. I mean, that's all I think about when I.
Oh, but they're not. That's not what the video was.
No.
right? They
So
weren't
you
hugging
sent a
them
video.
and then slitting their throats.
You didn't vet
No.
it.
Okay.
You didn't finish it. I didn't finish it. And you're like, did you see the video you sent with the cows hugging? Yeah, it's before they slaughter them.
I just assume that every cow that I see is gonna eventually get turned into food.
Well, they are destroying the ozone, so you're doing something for
Cows are destroying the ozone.
Yeah, they're
Well,
so farty. This is a fact that I read on the internet.
Why don't they
It is-
just turn the cow
Fact.
farts
And
into
internet is
actual?
bad.
You're
Tomorrow.
most likely to be murdered by a member of your own family on Christmas Day.
That's true.
That is true.
I'm sorry. What did you just say?
Two facts we know from the internet. One we learned from a play. The first one is cows are destroying the ozone layer.
The
with their
gases they
farts.
create are.
I don't know that that's true.
It is true.
I heard it on the internet.
It's probably
The
because what
nitrous
we're feeding
oxide.
them in order to then slaughter them. No.
grass. And what was your fact, Grady?
The fact is that you're most likely to be a member. You're
Try-
most
try
likely.
again, try again.
You're most likely to be murdered by a member of your own family on Christmas Day.
You are.
Anyone statistically, it's where the most murders occur.
Oh, so this has nothing to do with the cow?
No, just facts.
No, just two
Facts
things we
got
learned
from
off the internet. Yeah.
Huh.
We should check the statistics on that second one, though.
It's true.
Let's see what happened
I
this year.
flipped that to somebody the other day. And I don't know about that. and
So
I
if you're
checked it.
Jewish, you're safe from
Yep.
this statistic.
Yep. All Jews are
Well,
safe. Yeah,
if you-
because that's the world we live in these days.
if you have
Jesus,
a, if you,
Christmas.
I guess so. But if you have a Hanukkah bush, then you're probably, yeah. If you have a Hanukkah bush, then you definitely
What's?
are in danger.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
A Hanukkah
instead of a-
bush.
instead of a Christmas tree. I really was going to do an episode of the podcast by myself on Christmas called A Jewish Christmas, and I like wrote a script for it. It was this little scene between these two people and Grandma.
There?
I would have been
No,
so
it's not in
mad
the
if you
box
did
of-
that. I think.
box of
I don't know.
ideas.
I can't
Um,
tell if I was.
But then I
would have been
couldn't get
mad
off
at
the couch because I'd eaten too many pancakes and
that.
cereal.
Oh my God. It's 11.
Oh,
11. Make a wish.
Okay,
You're an
Make-A-Wish
angel.
people.
Um,
So today, let's get on track, right?
I don't think we can.
Yes, we
No,
can.
this
Okay,
is
fine.
just going to
All
be
right.
this is just going to be a year in summary.
No, I'm sorry.
I'd
Let's
like
move
to,
on.
I'd like to talk about some of these questions. I
Yeah,
find them
these
quite
questions.
interesting. They're actually all really
All right, Matt,
interesting.
take it away. Bring us in.
Okay. Well, the idea was that I wanted to start talking about the ideas of philosophy and stuff like that, or like deeper thinking. And I don't know that I could come up with a real like topic for it. So I just found a whole bunch of like deep questions, and I just sent them to these two fools, and I figure we can talk about them and stuff like that. So this is an episode of philosophy or of questions. I just want you to know, people, that while I was trying to come up with an impromptu description of what our episode was, Grady brought out the cheap hand claws, which Claire adores. And so now she's laughing at
Good
his
lobster.
hand
Matt
claws.
did a really good job of doing all of that explanation while I just lost my shit over here, and Grady was making me laugh.
He's on fire. He very much prepared us. Like, I'm not gonna be on fire when I come. It's been a long time.
I said I
And then he's
forewarned you
now-
it may
he's-
not be.
That's
And that way
it
we
is.
set our expectations low and guess
Look at
what
how
you
bright
got.
he is.
Yeah.
He is very bright. It's his hair. It's kind of.
It's a skin treatment.
Did you get electrocuted by a Snoopy tree yesterday?
A Snoopy tree.
No, but I have a friend that did.
Oh my gosh, that's
Thoughts
so
and
scary.
prayers. Yeah.
So scary. Is she in the hospital?
You
Okay.
all right?
So,
good.
these could even be like dating questions too for
Oh,
those of us. On
Lord.
the
I don't
dating
think-
apps.
I don't think
that's
so.
not-
No?
I don't. Maybe a couple of them, but I was doing these questions last night, and I was getting so emotional.
Yeah.
I almost didn't know if I was going to
Isn't
make
that what
it
dating
today.
apps are for? Is sharing every time I read a description of something, it's always like men who are vulnerable and aren't afraid of their feelings, and they don't. Women don't want any of that. I want someone who makes me laugh and isn't afraid of their feelings.
Well, I can't wait to
but
be
is
on
an
this.
alpha male. You're like, what? All together?
Oh my
Come on,
God,
people.
the dating apps are really, really rough. No, one of the questions on
Almost
here,
somebody just found the
which
prostate.
is good. It's the one that's. Let's start off with this. Should we start off with
Yeah,
this
you
one?
you have a question you want to
I
start
love
off
the
with?
one. Which one do you? Oh, sorry.
It
Everybody
might be the
pick
same one.
Okay.
If you had a warning label, what would it say?
Well, no, I do love that. That was I thought I the last one, but no.
That's
go
a
ahead.
good one. That's one of my favorites.
I think I just explained what mine was. Funny and not afraid of his explaining his feelings.
That's
Yeah.
why is that a warning though?
Because people don't want to hear how I feel. They don't.
Just shut up for a minute.
Okay.
So I wrote a couple of
I'm
things.
kidding. I don't
Okay,
like.
what would you write?
I don't like shut up.
Is constantly judging you.
Nice.
No yelling. Don't touch. And tired feminist.
Warning label is.
Wait.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Let's
wanna go-
take it.
you wanna
No,
go
you
with your
go.
version?
You grab
I
that.
saw tired feminist on. I derived that from Instagram, so it's not original, but it's very true.
It's that you're tired of having to fight for equality.
I'm
or
a
you're tired of.
It's all encompassing. So
Okay.
I am a
Trying-
tired.
educating men or
Yes,
like
I'm
anybody
tired
like,
of
"What do you
educating
mean?"
people. I'm a tired person, and I'm a feminist. I'm a little tired of being a feminist. I'm a tired feminist. I'm an exhausted person who is trying to, because think about what a feminist is. We are actually you're kind of being an activist.
Yeah.
In a sense that you are actively trying to explain and fight for your own right and explain and constantly be on alert to make sure that you're being heard, everything's fair, and that you're not being treated a certain way just because you're a woman.
Is there some irony in the fact that we just asked her to explain what it meant?
Probably.
We're like,
But both
okay,
of you
Claire,
are-
we want to be allies. Explain to us how we could do this.
But you're both
Tell us.
allies.
Yeah,
I don't.
but
I
it's-
consider
you're
both
right.
of you
There's some
feminists.
truth to that. So what do you know your sleep number?
4.
Okay.
Really? What does that mean?
Claire,
Oh,
can
I
you
have no
explain it?
idea.
I was so convinced. It's such a good
I don't know
actress, this one.
what is the sleep number.
It's I don't know, the sleep number bed. You said number 4.
What was the thing that you said? Because I think I do understand tired feminist, or what was the
Tired feminist.
tired feminist? And I apologize.
What did I say about?
The other thing that you the warning that Claire had said.
Oh wait,
Do not
oh
touch.
don't
Constantly
touch.
judging
Don't
people.
touch.
Oh, don't
That's
touch.
a warning. Soundly judging. I don't think that's a warning. I think everyone's judging everybody.
Just assume.
I just think about like
I
what
mean-
people don't know that I'm doing about,
And we
like,
all
when-
right. Well,
I'm
yeah.
severely judging people.
Because you don't want to be judged.
No, I'm because I'm trying to figure out who they are.
In order to how you interact with them.
Why is that? Why is that judgment? Isn't that just you're always in discovery mode?
So I had to say judgment because I didn't know what else to say.
Discovery mode. You go into sport mode. Put in a third when you got to climb the hill.
And I do this for my job. I have to try and read people.
You do. Read them wrong. Bye.
Well, is judgmental always a negative?
No, it's not. It actually taken at face value for like what it actually means. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm taking the things that you're doing and you're sharing with me, and I'm making a judgment factor. I'm making a judgment based on what you're showing me, and then I'm choosing that judgment to then make my next decision on how to interact with you.
Okay.
And then I'm deciding whether or not I want to be your friend, or if we can be friends.
Wow.
You're even you're jumping to that.
Yeah. I had a rough day yesterday,
yes.
So that could be where that was coming from because I answered these questions last night.
No, I don't think it's. I don't. It doesn't seem.
It was a day of
outer space to me about you.
It was a day of like, getting frustrated with spending so much time with people that I don't like.
Yeah.
And that people that I would typically not want to spend my time with, and I'm like, it's very, very frustrating sometimes have to do this.
Have to do it, yeah.
And I had a moment yesterday about that, and I was like, this is hard. This is frustrating. Which is why when I'm not at work, I'm so much more mentally relaxed.
Yeah, for sure. It's a difficult sales in general. Forget the fact that you do high-end sales. It's beyond my brain to really understand the day-to-day exhaustion of that. Like my job has a different type of exhaustion. But yeah, to wrap my head around yours, it's
not even the people who are my clients. Those people are actually the best. It's the other ones.
The others, yeah. Grady.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your? I think we know, but what's your?
My warning label?
Yeah, your warning label. What would it read? Dearest participant.
No nonsense.
Don't talk to me. Don't
no
look
nonsense.
At me.
No.
Don't touch me.
That's so boring.
Well, no nonsense?
Yeah.
I don't. I.
If you suck, stay away.
A little bit. Yeah. A warning label I would have is
keep your ignorance to yourself.
A little bit.
I want
the reason
all
I said that
these.
rude thing was because I'm autistic.
Yeah, well, maybe.
I want all of these in made stickers.
I'm trying to take the neurodivergence out of this and what would just be me without that.
Yeah.
But it's hard to separate the two.
But you can take the characteristics that you have to explain to the layman, right? You do a very good job at explaining yourself to the layman.
I appreciate that. Oh, if I had a warning label, it would just say,
beware I bite.
Warning.
Yeah, warning.
Just warning. Why? I don't know. Test me. Fuck around and find out.
Enter at your own
warning.
risk.
Pretty much. Yeah, I think so.
It just says warning.
Warning.
That's a good one. I
in
like
a
that.
really beautiful font.
Yes.
Oh,
Comic Sans.
Can you make us a sticker? Can someone make us a sticker that says warning? I want to put it on my water bottle.
I think because I'm so unpredictable. I'm unpredictably predictable. That's my warning.
Okay.
Yeah, I can predict that Grady will sometimes be unpredictable.
I'm unpredictably predictable.
Yeah, like a dishonest person you can always trust to be dishonest. So they said that in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh.
You guys keep talking. I'm going to dive into one more of these donuts.
Tell me what flavors they are, because I want a piece of one. But
really,
don't put your fingers in all in stuff.
Yeah,
I don't want bird flu.
Test them with your fingers. I don't know what my warning would be. I think it would.
Your warning label would be.
I really. I wish I could talk to you, but I'm having deep anxiety about interacting. Or something.
I wish I could talk to you, but you only want to talk about yourself.
No, because
Sorry, that's not a warning. That's not nice.
I think I'd rather people talk about themselves.
Then you have to talk about you.
Than talk about me. But it would definitely be high levels of social anxiety.
Your warning label might go, you think you know me.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe my
Or
warning would be
Don't go in the backyard.
I'm a lot. Yeah, stay away from my backyard.
Stay out of the backyard. Front porch is fine. Stay out of the
unless you're
backyard.
like a vampire, unless you're invited.
Yeah. Freshly mowed.
Fresh, always. I really don't know. Wow. It would be something like, was it good, Claire? Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you know what it was?
Who is this warning for, too? Now, those are different warning labels. So
I think it's for strangers, right?
Oh, for a stranger?
Right, because we don't need your warning
Oh,
label.
my warning label for a stranger is...
I would think it's a price. I would take your warning tag as a price tag, and I just rip it off because I just want to play. You know, I just want to get into it. You know, so
I'm just thinking about like.
You want the government warning label? Like
Yeah,
I'm a pillow or a mattress.
No, I'm just thinking about a
Got it.
jar. Like, to me, these warning labels are all going on a jar, and I imagine myself reaching on a shelf, picking up this jar, and reading a label, and it says "warning," and then I'm like, "Ooh, intriguing." And then I turn it
No
around
fat
and
chicks.
I look underneath, and I'm like, it doesn't say anything else other than "warning," and
Just
then I'm
warning.
afraid to open the jar.
Yeah. That mysterious.
So that you're afraid of your own warning labels.
No, it's your warning label.
Oh.
We go to the people store. It's like the
The paper store for people.
It's like
No, I think I know.
it's like the Department of Mysteries in the Ministry of Magic, except it's the Department of People warning labels.
Maybe a warning label for someone who get annoyed, but it could be, he will repeat things ad nauseum, but in different ways. But you realize
really
he's
funny.
he's saying the same thing. Like,
Will
is he still
repeat-
talking about
Oh
this?
God!
Because I'm not constantly over-explaining myself and oversharing because I'm afraid of being
There are
misunderstood.
people who actually just can't. I know someone like this who just repeats
It's
themselves,
called
and I have to.
not the scientific term for
let
it.
it go. What is
It's called echolalia.
it? Echolalia. No, it's not a tick.
No, that is a tick. It's a mental tick. Someone's saying the same thing over and over
Okay,
and over
so
and over.
but this person,
it's
this person I'm
echolalia.
thinking of, I don't think she has a tick.
It's
I
an-
think she just needs to.
Are we talking about Gene?
No, you know when an older person, like a much older person,
Rose.
like repeats themselves
Gertrude.
because like they're your grandmother
Vivian.
and they're like,
Vivian.
remember when you know,
Yes.
you used to do this thing when you were a little girl, like a very endearing grandmother type
Right.
would. Like this person does that,
Tell me more.
but they're not a grandmother.
Okay, they're not old enough to be a grandmother.
Oh,
they're not.
let me
somebody-
guess.
No, they're-
Single?
No. Well, they're old enough to be a grandmother, but they're not. So like
Okay.
they
They're
are
not single?
This person has always. They're married with kids. This person has always been like this.
Dusty Hussey?
Just always talking
I don't
a
know if
lot
Lucy's
and then
Dusty.
bringing stuff up that she's
Do
always
they-
brought
do they
up
always say
before.
that same thing to you?
No.
They're telling everybody
Everyone.
the same thing?
Mhm. Well, so and so, blah blah blah. Well,
Oh,
so
okay.
and so, blah
Oh,
blah
so
blah.
that's just repetitive.
Well, so-and-so, blah, blah,
Echolalia
blah.
is different then. That
Yeah.
is a little different.
Yeah, it's not a tick of repetition. It's like
And echolalia usually is like a clipped thing where I'll like no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
no.
Or either like I just wanted to go over there because I needed to park there. There was nowhere to park. I had to park there. So the thing is there was nowhere to park, and I wanted to park in that space because it gets busy over here this time of the. And that's like a form of like storytelling echolalia. Where it kind of the story gets broader and broader, but it's the same
There
story.
could be that too. And anyway, I actually don't want to keep talking about this person. It's going to bother me.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
So I think I figured out mine. I think I figured out my warning label.
What?
I think it really would be, if you show care, we'll fall in love with you. I think that's absolutely what my warning.
yeah. Back up.
I thought you were going to
I
make a fart
got
sound.
you a gift. No,
Oh.
don't give Matt a gift.
Yes, forget it.
Thank you. I love you.
You show any
We
care.
just met, but I feel like we've known each other for a
Obsessed.
lifetime.
Yeah.
Yep.
We should get married.
There's totally a thing about that. I have another friend that's like that. Yeah, I'm so great to eat.
Talk to me.
Okay, the one with
Around the
pumpkins
world.
is like it's like a pumpkin
Talking about
flavored donut.
Yeah.
There's one that actually you can't eat because I've already eaten the whole thing. There's the bacon one.
The
This
Baconator.
one I'm not
They
sure
are
with all the
talking
sugar.
about
This looks
donuts.
like
I
a-
think it's just
like a-
apple cinnamon,
Or like
just like a cake
a
donut,
coffee
apple
cake?
cinnamon.
Coffee cakey?
This one I think is like blueberry yogurt.
Yeah, blueberry cheesecake.
It's coffee
It's
coffee cake.
Bluesberry,
That one is
blues
just
carry.
Bluesberry.
Apple.
Speak.
And then that one with the green, I'm not going to try that one because I'm scared.
It's like a peppermint.
It is peppermint.
like a wintergreen peppermint.
Minty. I didn't. Are you not a peppermint?
No, I do
This
really
looks
like peppermint.
This Claire, jeez, Louise, Happy New Year. This is like a thin mint donut.
Shit.
You've missed the goal.
God damn it.
Yeah. Well.
Excuse you. It's Sunday.
Yeah, we can talk for a little bit longer, and then maybe you
Can you cut
rebound.
one piece
You did
of
make
it?
your
All right, I'm gonna have
stomach
some.
Bigger.
Go, Claire. Claire's gonna try
It's not
what
tw-
I
it's not
think.
2024. You don't
What
have
I
to work on the BMI right now.
I'm predicting that this is a thin mint donut.
It definitely has mint in it, and I really did when I was thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if Claire is a mint
I think
person.
everyone's a thin mint person.
thin mint, yes, but
Yes.
not everybody likes mint ice cream.
But if that is a thin mint, I want to put the baby in the freezer and eat it in like an hour.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm not wrong. Yeah.
No,
I
I
know.
said you- I just
I know,
said
but
you're right.
I'm agreeing with you that I am right. All right, Claire.
What is our next question? What
Don't-
is our next question?
Don't sniff the hole.
Okay.
It.
What about this? What is something you always forget about? Did you answer that one, Claire?
Oh
Yes.
wow, that could go on forever for me.
Yeah, I mean, I had to
Myself.
avoid writing the word everything. But wait,
Yes.
let me open my journal and see what I wrote.
What is something I always forget about?
I think that's the brownie cookie one. I don't think that's the thin mint one, is it?
It's got the mint on the top.
Okay, then
the
maybe
green
it
is
yes.
throwing me
You're
off.
Right. You're right. It is.
But
It
maybe
has to
they're
be.
trying to throw
It
us
has
off.
to be. Anyways, yeah, we're doing a podcast here, not
Oh,
a donut review.
this is kind of
Donut
deep.
reveal.
Well, okay, what's something you always forget about?
Revelio.
One of them
Rev-
is tasks.
Dispersify. QuickBooks.
We're doing spells
so
again.
one of them is tasks, like little tasks,
Forget
because
about
there's
tasks.
so many.
Yeah.
And then
Do you mean like tasks like they need to be in order? You're like,
no, like I forgot to pay that bill, or like, oh my god,
I
I
have
have
my
to do that
glasses
return.
on in the shower.
Yeah, something. Yeah, kind of.
I did
Okay.
that the other day. Got in the shower. Was like,
That's
what's
not
wrong?
a task.
And I
though.
kept. Did I tell you all this? Oh, maybe I didn't. Sorry to interlude, but I will. Got in the shower the other day. I was like, because I usually have readers, so I can like read the back of shampoo bottles. Like I still follow the directions, even though I know what to do, but I still have to read them. Don't make me put on my sensory. My body.
That is so cute.
Right. So I put on my little glasses.
Just slow
and
down.
what I-
slow down. Slow down. Let everybody enjoy the fact that you just said
I read the directions on products.
like shampoo.
Yeah. And then I get confused, and I'll read it over and over again.
Because
You get
want,
confused?
You want to remember how to do it.
Because
I want to remember
you
because
can't
one of
see it because it's so
they're
small.
small, so I keep
Are you
readers.
reading the ingredients
I keep-
instead?
Yeah.
Keep readers in the shower.
Keep readers in the bathroom and the shower. Like I have two. I have.
Okay.
In fact, our show we were in, Joyful Nerds, Smith's glasses are in the bathroom. Anyway,
Okay.
Are they
okay.
reading
the other
glasses?
day I picked up a label. I was like, wow. I was like, my eyesight's gotten so strong, and I realized I'm showering with my actual glasses on.
Oh.
And they're not waterproof and they're not cheap. So anyway,
Wait, glasses aren't waterproof? They're not made of wood, are they?
these are acetate, so no, they're not.
I mean,
wood.
I sometimes wear
they
my
have a wood grain
glasses
finish.
in the bathtub because I like to be on my phone in the bathtub. But then I'm like, no, Claire, don't be on your phone in the bathtub. This is a time
Only
of
2
relaxation.
baths a week. It takes your chi. Don't do any more than that. I'm working on cutting down baths.
Why?
It takes your chi.
What do you mean it takes your chi?
It takes your chi.
Where does it put it?
Your chi's your life
Down the
force. You know
drain,
that.
obviously.
The warm water drains it. The other
No.
day, yes, it does.
Okay, maybe yours. No, I actually have a lot of body pain.
Shots fired.
No. I have a lot of body pain, so the baths actually really help with the stress and fatigue from the day.
You
Okay.
you need some compressors, some leg. If I could afford to get you leg compressors, I would.
I really need those. No, I'm
Do you know what I'm
I'm
talking
in
about?
no, but what
They're
I've
like
been
it's a recovery
lacking
tool.
what I've been lacking the last few months is regular massage.
Lymph nodes.
And now I'm
drainage.
getting back into it now because I was like my massage therapist went on maternity leave and I was like, no problem, like I could go a few months without a massage.
Such bullshit.
No,
I
no,
have
no,
so
no.
many
So
problems.
selfish of
Does
her.
she do or he do lymphatic drainage?
I don't know, but whatever's been going on
Eat
for the last
maternity
2
leave?
years,
You went on
Men
maternity?
can go and be with
Paternity.
their
but
kids.
that would be paternity leave.
Paternity. Come on. Have some respect for the English
Oh,
language.
fraternity
And the
leave. I was
tired
thinking.
feminist.
Fraternity leave. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Fraternity
she
leave?
Now
What
I'm
is
not
that?
a feminist
You go
anymore.
out to
Chug,
represent-
chug, 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 chug. Butt chugs. Anyway, what flavor is that, by the way?
it's mint chocolate.
It's a thin mint. I knew it.
But it's very brownie like.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Ooh.
It
It's
was a
very,
brownie
very
bun.
good.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, it's very good.
But that's interesting. Okay, so
So
yeah.
what do you forget, Grady? Oh, other
Um,
than your glass? No, we were on Claire, and then we got interrupted for the glasses.
Bye.
No, this is a hard. This is sad. But something
Then
else
do it
has
with
to
your
talk-
mouth full because it makes it adorable. It'll take the sadness right out of it, Claire.
When people hurt me,
You forgot
Okay.
about it.
and then you forget, and then you go back.
Go back and step in it again.
Mhm.
God, dude.
Right?
Fruit in a basket.
I know we
get
can
it.
all relate to this.
Yeah, we can.
It's a great saying.
I'm trying not to
that
curse.
is a great saying.
Fruit in a basket is what I've been saying all through Christmas. I've been trying not to cuss because it's been so it was a difficult Christmas. I just got so one morning I just said I just couldn't think anything I wanted. I just said fruit in a basket.
Yep.
So then that's all.
Well, you also said it after stepped in it, and so I had the idea of like
Fruit.
stepping in a fruit in a basket. It's
Stepping
not
in
fun.
a
Doing
fruit
the wine?
basket.
Yeah. So, as this has obviously happened more than once for you.
It's like being a doormat.
I forget dates that I'm told. I forget like times and dates that I'm told a lot.
Well, that okay. So
I have
there are
to
things
ask- I
that
asked-
that we forget based on like how busy we are, but then there's like the
Just internal
emotional
everyday-
pain stuff that we
Oh.
forget, like the internal forgetter, like the
They're
Stockholm
two different,
syndrome.
Oh, geez. That's true though, Claire.
But that's a thing. Like when if you have ever been in an emotionally abusive relationship, you have a built-in forgetter for pain
yes,
and
and a tolerance for it too because you don't feel it
exactly.
anymore.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you. Wow. Okay. Wow.
So that was sad.
I-
So let's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
move on.
no, I don't. We don't have to move on from it.
I forget. I forget what it feels like to feel good.
Yeah.
Like
Just
just
generally
like
good
to
for
go-
no
like,
reason.
like,
just
like physical stuff. So
Oh.
like I'll be really good about my sugar for a long time, and I'll be active, and then I'll have my legs back. I'll feel like my legs aren't heavy, and I feel like I can move through the world, and then something will happen, and I'll forget how good that feels, how much I enjoy feeling that.
So then you go back to
And I
what
go- and
made
I
you
go
feel
back.
bad.
Yeah, and then I'll go back to in some ways abusing myself physically so that I'm in this what feels like a heavier state. You know, there's a plate there for you if you want to use it. You don't have to, but you can excuse you. So
There.
that's something that I
Yeah.
always forget because it feels so good and I feel good about it, but then I never go back.
Interesting. Well, I also feel like we're like gluttons for punishment.
Yes.
Like we are.
It's somewhat easier to live in this place of punishment than it is in this place of reward.
Happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah. We forget what happiness feels like because we're not there.
Yeah.
But not to say that we're sad people all the time. I do find joy in, which is why I like coming here. Like because this is joyful for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I can get in my car and listen to sad music and then be sad.
Yeah.
But then go out with people and then be happy again. Or then sometimes be sad when I'm with people that I like just because maybe I'm
On a
tired.
side note, though, I love sad music.
Oh, love sad music.
Like I would much rather listen to
You and
sad
I have
music than like a happy song.
You and
Yeah.
I have a thought of people say, "Oh, get out of there! Don't listen to that too much." But you and I have a thought of that helps purge rather
Yeah.
than dwell.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's the intent is to purge,
I feel less sad listening to
yeah,
sad
I hear
music.
you because your intent is to purge, not to dwell.
Yeah.
You're not looking to
Oh.
go dwell in the well.
Slow down.
Maybe you are a little bit, but like,
I default to melancholy all the time.
yeah, maybe you do. Sometimes.
Sometimes, all the time.
But I feel like your intent's always to get it out, not to
Yes.
just have it sit there.
Yeah.
And that, God, fuck, that's delicious.
They're still talking about the donuts.
So it's like this is an apple fritter. Like
Is it?
it's like
I did have some.
cinnamon,
I just
sugar.
forgot what it tasted like.
I-
It was so long
it's
ago.
there. It tastes
Audience.
like a cinnamon cider, apple cider donut. This is an apple cider.
But
Yeah,
it's
cake
not.
donut.
But it's like better than an apple cider donut. 'Cause
Yeah, it
sometimes
actually-
apple
it
cider donuts
is.
are a little soggy.
Crazy Donut. That's our commercial name. Crazy Donuts in Westport.
Crazy donut crazy.
Donut crazy in
He's
West.
called it
Donut
crazy
Crazy?
donuts.
It's not Crazy Donuts.
It's donut crazy.
Donut Crazy.
Crafted
in
with
Westport.
love, covered
Anyways,
in crazy.
When I don't
Let's
see
see.
when I don't see these two, I like to get them pastries.
And I don't usually
form of
I don't
donuts.
usually eat the donut. today.
You have
Yeah,
to.
you
I'm-
usually
it's
don't
New
eat
Year's
the
Eve.
donut. It's usually me.
No, and guess what? Today I'm all in. I might finish that whole third of that's left.
Well, I got to get my BMI down.
I'm
next
celebrating
year, so
my
no.
BMI.
Yeah, next year. Next year. That's stuff
I'm
to worry
cel-
about
well,
it's
in
tomorrow.
12 hours.
I'm
Yeah.
celebrating my BM.
So what? Congratulations.
Thank you.
I guess you rated it a number 8 earlier in that show.
Your bachelor and
Um,
In
marvelous.
heat.
At what age do you think you were the best version of yourself?
Wow.
16.
That is really. That's so specific.
I know exactly what happened.
Why?
I have 10 years on you. Mine was
Okay.
26. Go.
I was spiritually fit. I was connected to what I then called God, which actually was good for me.
I felt safe and like empowering.
I wanted to go. I knew that going into my junior year in high school was going to be difficult because everyone was going to start drinking and having sex, and I didn't want to do that.
weren't interested.
So I wanted to go to a boarding school, and I was declined by my family.
Can I ask you a weird question because I went to a prep school. Where did you want to go?
I wanted to go to a Christian Science school.
Oh no!
in-
Oh no, Claire.
Christian Science was the religion that I was raised with, and it was very positive for me.
I'm just saying to go to a school, and that's just like to be alone. I don't think that's where you really would have wanted to be.
Well, it was so I went to a Christian Science summer camp, and I grew
That's different.
so well there.
Are you glad your parents didn't let you go to that school? Looking
don't know.
back,
Maybe. Yes. I mean, since I thought about this question last night, I did then
Yes.
think about I wish that they had given it more
I was
thought.
about to say more of a dialogue, and then you could have gone, "I get it. This isn't the right thing."
Yeah.
But you got to just shut down.
Yeah, they
No.
were like, no, you don't want to do that. I was very clean. I was very, and when I say clean, I meant I was spiritually clean. I was like, I really didn't want to engage in all of those behaviors that I knew were going to happen. I was
But
very
you-
scared.
Oh, it's interesting. So when you get to that age and people are drinking, it's like, show me your currency. What's your currency? Everything's worth something. You're not drinking, so there's no currency here. You got nothing to pay. So you're not
Yeah.
going to play.
And then I was.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. And that's why, and then eventually that's why I, like, probably 6 or 9 months after I started that year of school, that's when I started to be super naughty. And I started drinking, and it was like
Stealing from the liquor cabinet, putting iced tea back in the Jim Beam.
drinking
I don't know.
tequila out of scotch glasses instead of shot glasses because I didn't know the difference.
When was it okay for you to do that? Like mentally, when did you?
I would check in with my higher power at the time.
Okay.
And I always had this feeling. It was a gut feeling. And the gut feeling for most of that year was like, no, you're not ready. You're not going to do it. Don't do it. You don't need it. And then all of a sudden I checked in, and the answer was, yeah, just try it. So it almost felt like a God-given or a
Like a
God-allowed
curiosity. Like, isn't that-
experience. But when I say it was the best version of myself, like I was on a track to just be good. And like I got
Well, like-
sideswiped by peer pressure,
Okay.
and
But you saw it coming.
I did
Which
see
is
it coming.
interesting. Most kids don't.
So
I'm interested in the idea of what you think was good, and do you still think that version of you would have been the best version if temptation didn't or peer pressure didn't take over?
Was this the best version because there wasn't all that around you? It was simpler. Life was simpler for you.
I
and
could
it was easier
focus-
for you
yeah.
to navigate.
I could focus on what was important to me.
Sorry, I'm eating.
It's okay. I could focus on what was important. Like, that was I entered that year with such a strong academic outlook.
Okay.
I got a really good grade on an essay in my English class. Like I was so clear-headed,
You're
and
getting the
Anything was
most out of your
possible for
mind.
you.
You're getting the most out
Yeah.
of your
and then
body.
and
your,
then it was just a big year of change.
okay.
And then by the end of the year, like I was struggling with, I stopped caring about school, and I started caring more about being sexy and liked by boys and letting people know that I wasn't prude and that
But yet, if you're not a prude, then you're a whore, right? I'm just being blunt with how boys treat women at that age. Well, sorry, that was really, really rude. I mean to jump in, but
I wasn't either. Like, people thought, like, oh, when Claire started to, like, go out to parties, they were like, where did you come from? Like, that's what they would say. Like, you're so cool now.
and you're like, well, I've been watching this game show up for a minute. Now I guess I'm jumping in.
Mm-hmm. Like, it makes,
Like, I've been around the whole time. Where have you been?
I mean, and I broke out of my shell a little bit, but I went into, like, a different place, you know, like, so I do wonder.
Did you reinvent yourself in a way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I wonder, like, I do believe that, you know, we are, wherever we went, we were meant to go there. And I do think that where I am today, I'm happy with who I am today, but I kind of wish that I would be a little bit in a better place now than if I didn't make that choice then. You know, if I was able to stick to my guns a little bit more.
It's so hard because, yeah, I don't know.
Well, selfishly, the podcast appreciates this version of you better than the other version of you.
Thanks. Well, I do have to say that the person that I am now is the person that I am trying to get
Sure,
back
I've got
from
you
when I
rice
was that
cakes.
young.
Yeah.
I try to reconnect with that Claire and be like, okay, let's try and reconnect. Let's take away those past 16 years
Yeah.
and let's go back to where she wanted to be and what she wanted to do, and let's honor that. So now I'm working on being the best version of myself now. There's just a little bit more junk in there, so that's why I didn't say I'm the best version of myself today, because we're a major work in progress.
But like the idea of
That sounds like the best version of you, knowing that I'm going to work on myself.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
and that there is no like perfection or best, that it's always something that we have to work for and strive for.
Yeah.
What about you, Grady?
Me? When was I the best version of myself, I think?
Yeah, what age?
Probably 5, 6, 7, 8 years old.
Do you remember distinctly?
Yeah, I can remember. I probably can remember from I can remember very, very far
I
back.
can't go back that far. So,
I know,
but
and
you
so I know
can.
some people feel like I don't know. It's up for
Remember 'em.
debate with the scientific community how far a kid can remember back, but I can remember back quite far. Until I feel like I was
Birth canal?
I feel like it was the best. Yeah, the traffic was awful that day, and I
Really?
feel like yeah.
You would think that there would be clear traffic that day.
No.
Like that day, everybody is focused on.
I got pulled.
Ooh.
Wow.
With like forceps? Did they wrap some forceps around your head?
Well,
Pull
I
you
had a pound on me.
out? Oh.
You-
Your BMI was high? What?
No, cocaine. I came out with.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
you were
I was dealing-
smuggling
I was-
in the womb?
I was dealing when I came out. Yeah.
Oh, Grady.
No, I
Such
do.
an
I feel like
interesting
I was.
past.
I feel like I was the best version when I was uninhibited and I wasn't told that you're not normal. Something's wrong with you. We have to fix you, and we'll now go through years and years of figuring out how to fix you. And I was my best when I was just left alone, just to be me. But I was told that wasn't okay. So I miss that little boy a lot. And he still hangs around, but he's scared to come out a lot. So I just don't bother with him a lot because he's just super fragile.
Do you ever think that,
It's just, yeah.
you know, our memory, we can only trust our memory as much as we can based on the capacity we have to remember currently. But do you ever think that sometimes we remember things incorrectly?
Yes.
I think we remember. Yeah, I think that's true. I think a lot of times we remember things out of order,
Okay, interesting.
and
'Cause
so because of the out of order, then you can fit it into whatever is happening now. I'm not misremembering that happiness as a kid. I've never felt that way. Haven't felt that way since.
when you mentioned that, I thought about, when I thought about this question, I thought about, well, I was probably like, you know, the best version of myself when I was under 10, but I can't remember because all I remember is the scary parts of my childhood. I don't remember
Yeah.
the happy parts.
Yeah.
I have a big blockage as a teenager where trauma was just way too much. So I don't remember a lot of. I just don't remember a lot of these years. Even going into my late teens, it wasn't until maybe 22, where I was very independent and taking care of myself, all my bills, etc. I don't know. I felt pretty good then. I felt really great then. Life was pretty good then.
Is there a desire to achieve that feeling, to let that
Well, there is, but the
5-year-old out?
the desire and the actual safety and knowing what to do with that kid, I don't. It just isn't. I don't know that it's possible. But I like who I am now.
Yeah, but also like if you think about the threats to you back then and the threats to you now, I'm assuming that they're less. Like you can.
Oh, they're completely less, and they're completely different.
Like isn't there room to let that kid out a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. And I get to do that with theater. I let him out on my own. It's almost like I let him out when I know that it's like, it's weird. This sounds strange. I guess I've never thought about this, but I'll just unpack it as I think about it.
Do it.
It's like having a great dog but like you live in an apartment, so there's no backyard. But every now and then when you can go out to a field and let the dog off leash, it's great.
Yeah.
You can't do it every day, unfortunately, if you have that.
No, but like I
when
guess
you-
as
when you-
adults, isn't that true?
but
We
when
can't
I
do
c-
everything every day.
No, but
like we have.
that's true.
We have certain responsibilities.
Which is
that we-
But
why
if you're
life
asking me
can
the
suck
question of-
sometimes.
Yeah.
Can that kid come out? Yeah, whenever I can let him out, I do completely. I don't keep
which
him.
which is new, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely new. Because with learning how to not pretend you're something else,
Yeah.
and that you're not, the unmasking process.
Well,
I'm so sick of that word, but there's no other word to explain it.
It's a,
But in that, there's a trade-off where I'm losing things.
Yeah.
I am losing my filter, my ability to smile and nod and go, that's cool. And I'm like, this sucks.
right.
And I'm like, did that just come out of my mouth? I'm like, usually I'd be so polite and chill about things. And I'm finding that my skill set's changing physically and mentally.
Well, this idea, and I think we've discussed it on the podcast. I don't think we've discussed it just before, about you feeling less desire to mask, wanting to feel a little freer, be who you are.
Yeah.
Feels like a recent shift.
It's huge.
For
a
you.
hugely recent shift,
Whether
yes.
Curious Incident had
had a big part to do with it.
or just it happened around the same time as Curious Incident for sure. This desire to want this kid to be free feels different
Because
in you than
he's a lot of
before.
fun.
Yeah,
He's a lot of fun, and he's not worried.
yeah. That's pretty cool.
Oh God,
That's pretty cool.
it's just so deep.
Is
That-
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine is very simple. It's the basis of this fucking podcast for sure. I was the best version of myself when I was 26 years old. I had just finished acting school, the New Actors Workshop. I could not have been more open to everything.
I was about to say just something specific, but just anything. Life,
I
people,
spent 2 years
travel.
figuring out who I was through acting school, understanding my flaws, accepting my flaws, and not feeling shame, and feeling as creatively open as energized for the world as I could be. And then I lost my dad, and I did not
That stopped everything.
handle it well. Yeah, it made as open as I'd ever been close up, because
it
I
made
really
your world
got
feel small, right?
sure.
Your world got super small.
And because I wasn't also getting support. I didn't know how to ask for support. I was emotionally, all the good work that I had done on making myself emotionally open and communicative shifted with the real. I just banged my thing. Shifted with real life grief, so I couldn't handle that in all of my skill set that I had, and my friends weren't around, and I had put so much faith and these people in my life, and they just weren't there. So like, there's another question in here. It's like, is there a moment in your life that that changed the way that you think about
You're like,
people?
When's the moment when the lights came on in the bar and the party was over? You're like, wait a minute, I'm still having fun. Why are the lights on?
It's still there.
But that's
except
like
there
for
was
you,
no, there was
26.
no fun. It
Like
was
all of a sudden
26.
the lights go up. You're like, wait a minute, the party's.
I had just
I'm finally here.
we
No,
just
not yet.
celebrated my birthday with my father, and he died about 9 days later. So no, because it was the 26th. It's February. It wasn't a leap year. 27th, 28th, 29th. It was about 8 days later, like on the 5th or 6th of March. I can never remember.
I'll ask you, I'll ask personal questions. When you celebrated that last birthday with him, did you, in your mind, think like this might be the last birthday we have together?
Oh yeah.
You knew that would be.
Well, because he had been in the hospital. I didn't know that he would make it to this birthday.
I was about to say, but
Did
you have a feeling of maybe we will make it through this? Like maybe we will.
No, at that point,
You
like
had already level set. Like this is not going
But
to go.
nothing. You can prepare for it,
Right.
But then when it comes,
yeah,
it's like
I guess
and,
yeah.
I mean, it got so bad too that you have these feelings too of like, I want him to be out of pain. I want him to pass because I see how the struggle, the pain that he's going through right now, and so you have this feeling in you like of I want it to be over for him, and then you have guilt about having that feeling because why would you ever want that?
Right,
but
right.
Like, that's a discussion for a whole nother
but
podcast.
We
and
had
stuff like
been
that.
texting over Christmas time, and with the difficulties with the health issues concerning my family, I was saying there is an exquisite pain going on where I see like release, and I'm like, oh, I just wish you could have that release all the time, but that would mean you're not here. But I
Yeah.
mean, you're in pain being here. But there's something beautiful and happy about it, but it's also so sad at the same
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying, and I think that's it.
My birthday wasn't like that. He was for the most part. He'd been in the hospital for a month and a half or whatever, and then he was home. He died at home, and he was conscious, and like it was a good birthday, and he was giving my mom shit for the gifts that she got me. Like it was fun. It felt like almost normal.
Almost normal for a minute.
Yeah. So for it to have turned as bad so quickly, that's just part of illness.
Yeah.
But that for me, I was as open as I could have been. I was as ready for the world and as energized for trying to be an actor. And I just didn't handle death well. People talk about these moments where
But that's your
it's
father,
how,
though.
but people talk about these moments where how do you show your resilience? Do you show your resilience by like how you respond to something, or do you let it like totally knock the wind out of your sails? And I let it knock the wind out of my sails. I just couldn't.
that's probably healthy
But how is that? But
No, well,
because
not the way that I did.
are you saying in the sense of like if you fall and try to fight the fall, you're going to hurt yourself worse? If you're falling, just let go.
yeah,
Right. Got it.
it's hard to do that though. I
Yeah.
mean, who does that?
I
no,
do.
but I think I should have.
I tried to.
fallen and then picked myself back up, and I fell.
You fell and just not get
and
up.
and I laid there for a long time.
See, I always thought that the way that you described it was that you fell, but then you were suspended in the fall. Like you didn't fall all the way because
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
because you said that you haven't properly grieved, and you just started to work on this throughout the last 5 years, like going really,
Yeah.
really deeply into it, which is, I think, really common because it's so hard to go deep into loss when it's so fresh. And it stays with us our whole lives. It changes our perspective on life
absolutely.
100%.
I think there was probably a thought of like, I'll eventually move forward from it. But you don't. It stays with you. I'm working on a play that goes up in the spring, but I'm already working on it because it's like the perfect play for me in the perfect moment.
It is, and it's
whatever.
very personal, isn't it?
Yeah.
What
So
you're going to
I'm
be able to
working on
put into it.
Yes, because it really is a play about grief. You know,
And I think if you
people
don't
think it's about love, but it really is about
Nah.
grief. And there's this idea of like when you die, you eventually forget. Like you're in the underworld. It's
Aren't
Eurydice.
Love and
It's
Grief
Eurydice,
pretty-
people.
pretty good
It's Orpheus and
bedfellows,
Eurydice. And you get to the underworld and you start to forget. And there's this idea of like Eurydice's father is remembering and still kind of clinging on to the world of reality. And it really is like a metaphor for death. Forgetting is a mercy. You know, we always talk about the idea of, well, we're never going to forget. They're going to live on and whatever it is. But then we kind of hold on to these memories, and these memories are things that really like give us pain all the time. And that sometimes we do need that relief. We need to forget in order to have the mercy of being able to move forward. Or at least in this play, it's to, to move, to pass on to the other place that is different than the old life that we had and we're holding on to. Anyways, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be
I
a
know.
lot of fun
No, it's a
for me.
It's
I'm
so
looking
sad.
forward. I'm looking forward to it.
Anyway,
So that's my question. So, what do we think? This
I think that this is part 1 of 2, 3.
I
Because
think
these
3, 'cause
questions are so-
there's more of these I want to go into.
They're so good, these questions, and they're so deep too. My answers to these questions were like a couple of words.
well, I think it's just a spark to get you started.
Yeah.
Is really what I was thinking in terms
So
of.
I also did it last night, and it was really emotional.
Yeah, I know.
So,
All right,
So-
so this is the end of part 1.
mhm.
We'll come back with questions part 2.
Aww.
God, there's so much inside stuff that I hope
Can't
you
wait
guys
till we get
enjoyed it.
filmed one day.
Written for the seafood lover in you.
I will tell you though, I have gathered the equipment, so we can soon, if we want to,
go remotely.
Oh no!
Oh.
What?
I felt like we're gonna go like around town, like
Oh, like
No.
tour?
No, we're gonna have to make ourselves pretty.
Yeah, we'll
So-
do. Yeah.
what?
All right.
Are
We're
you
gonna,
talking
we're
about
gonna be able
videos?
to video it. We're gonna be
Yeah.
look, it's gonna be a lot more work for me, but like,
Well, it'll.
Is it gonna be a lot of more work for you? I don't know. Well, I haven't agreed to that yet, so
Oh.
I
So
just
are we
know. I
gonna-
can't wait to blur his
we're,
face out.
we're not.
Are we gonna
I
be?
was only 5 when I first understood my.
Are we gonna be as funny if we're filmed though?
Nope.
I hope so.
Nope.
I hope we can do it in a way that it doesn't feel like.
Because this is the last
Where-
day for donuts,
yes, it is. I guess
and the next treats you get me are better be
carrots and celery.
vegetables.
Can I make you Anton log? Will you eat that?
I won't eat raisins. If I had the choice,
There's just too much sugar in them.
M&Ms are fine.
I made it on a log earlier today. You're firing it?
All right, you guys don't need to hear any of this stuff. So thanks for coming back, and
Happy New Year!
Oh, no.
there we go.
Oh God.
Is that hard to sit in that, that
Mm,
one?
I think some chips.
God, I don't even know what to do with it.
God, stop it.
Excuse you.
You stop it.
So, what did we learn? I don't know if what did we learn actually makes the most sense on part 1. We still have, I want to say, 50 more questions that we can get to. I think maybe we got to 3 questions. So, as I said before, this is going to be a series of episodes, but they're a lot of fun to do. I think one of them, well, or at least one of the things that I think I learned was reflection can be a very powerful tool if you are honest with yourself. And I think that's what we tried to do by asking these questions. We're really kind of reflecting a certain honesty, a thoughtfulness about ourselves so that we can learn. Certainly, it comes from a very flawed place, how we handle things. At least I could speak for myself. And so there are definitely lessons in there. Thank you for listening to the Last Will podcast. If you like what you heard, please rate, review, and subscribe. It is very helpful to us. The Last Will podcast can be found wherever podcasts are delivered or available. Tell a friend, tell a friend's friend, tell a friend. No, don't. What it would be nice is if you wrote it on a piece of paper, put it in a bottle, put that cork into the bottle, well, into the opening of the bottle, and then threw it in the sea.
and see if someone on another shore will find it. And that would be thelastwillpodcast.com, where we can be reached at Instagram if you like us. Till next week, onward, forward.